I'm Steve Jeppy, and I'd like to welcome you to Jeppy's Entertainment Museum.
Hi again, everyone. Let's loosen up those tonsils with this song. Hail, hail, the gang's all here. Never mind the weather, here we are together. Hail, hail, the gang's all here. Sure, we're glad that you're here too. Hail, hail, the gang's all here. We're a bunch of live ones, not a single dead one. Hail, hail, the gang's all here. Sure, I'm glad that I'm here too.
Hi, I'm Michael Soloff, and welcome to the Jeppy's Entertainment Museum.
Hi, I'm Chante Fielder, and welcome to Two Guys in a Comic Strip.
We're here today to take you on a little tour of the museum maybe, and also go over a lot of really exciting things happening in the comic and entertainment field right now. So Chantel, is this your first time at the museum?
It is, but I can tell you that I am completely excited to get my hands and my eyes in front of all these really great things.
Fantastic. I got a lot of really exciting things planned for you and for you out there to show you in the museum.
Can't wait.
Hi, welcome. I'm Kelsey Saunders.
And I'm Leslie Tucker.
And we're here at Jeppy's in Baltimore for the 7th annual toy drive.
For Gardner Law Firm.
And we're hoping to raise more than 2,100 toys, which is the goal for this year. And I think we're going to do it because there's a lot of folks out there. It's the giving season.
Hopefully all the kids will get what they want for Christmas.
I'm sure they were. The gardeners are always donating to churches, to
Boys and Girls Club.
Boys and Girls Clubs, also to shelters and things like that. And I think they really got a good hand on it this year.
Wow, this has been a very exciting night. Saw so many people. It's been crowded. It's been fun. Food was great. What do you think?
Let me tell you something. I've enjoyed myself immensely in here. So I definitely come back to any event that they have.
No doubt. And this is a beautiful museum. It's all about pop culture. It's awesome.
Look at the big guy protecting us here too. So
Love it.
let's go around and see what else we can check out.
Yeah, definitely. All right.
Wow, look at the crowd. Right. This is amazing. We've only been here for a couple of hours and already there's so many folks showing up, doing so much, dancing, enjoying themselves, and giving away wonderful toys for charity. It's a great event.
It is a great.
We've got a lot further to go, so let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah. As you can see down here, as it starts to get even thicker, lines start to get full. It's only standard, only available here.
So how many people do you think is here tonight?
You know, I'm saying that it's at least 300 to 400 people here. Everybody's smiling. Look at this gentleman right here. He's excited.
Happy people. Happy customers.
You folks enjoyed yourself so far tonight?
Oh, wonderful. Wonderful.
Awesome. You all enjoy the rest of your time here. It's going to go on down. And look, there's a lot of good food here. All kinds of good stuff. Make it worth your while being here.
So we're here in the gift shop, and you have so many wonderful things here. So how is business?
Business is phenomenal. We can't complain about business at all. We have tourists coming in here all the time. We have local people coming in here all the time. And we just have so many amazing things available, not only to see in the museum, but also here in the gift shop that's just great. And makes for really cool presents for upcoming holidays and things too. I got some amazing things to show you back in our back display cases here. Unfortunately, it's not for sale, but it is really phenomenal, interesting stuff.
Can't wait to see it.
Fantastic. Let's go! This one right here is really, really neat. It's one of the most modern ones that we have. And the things that make it kind of modern are, it's not cheap. Some of the other things that I've been showing you today have been like, you know, anywhere from $1 to $5 toys. we've now entered a much more adult market. So something like this can run a couple of $100. But what makes it worth a couple of $100? A lot of neat things. It has all sorts of extra features. You can take off hands, you can put in different hands, you can take off whole heads and put on different faces. All the equipment works in a roundabout way. It's got LED lights, it's got an audio program in it. Guess what you hear when you hit this button?
What?
Old radio shows from Buck Rogers. It's got a little MP3 player in there, and it's just amazing what they're coming out with nowadays.
Wow, that was great.
Yeah, it's amazing what they're coming out with nowadays in terms of the things skewed towards adults and toys and stuff like that. It's neat stuff.
Well, you guys stay put. We'll be right back.
Being a hero. Imagine fighting the bad guys, saving the world, all that good stuff. Now imagine fighting an enemy you can't see or touch. Extra life, play games, heal kids.
Welcome back. I cannot wait to see what else you're going to show me.
I thought first we'd go to the Baltimore room. It's devoted to all sorts of things related to Baltimore's history, and I have a really cool toy to show you in there.
Let's go.
Okay, want to see a really super dangerous toy?
Absolutely.
I love Super Dangerous, and combine that with Baltimore, here is a Baltimore-made toy that's just super dangerous. Basically, it was a fun game called Bop-A-Loop. And Bop-A-Loop consisted of this huge, probably about 2-pound wooden barrel with a little hole in the bottom and a little stick on the end. And what you did was you swung the Bop-A-Loop around and tried to throw up the brick part end and then stick it into the little hole at the bottom of this. Now what that ended up with was, guess what?
Wounds?
Wounds, breakages, there were just all sorts of accidents. People were knocking themselves unconscious. It was a really dangerous and yet fun toy made here in Baltimore.
Well, I can tell you that I've had the most amazing time here, learned so much, and I can't wait to share all of that I've learned with the rest of our viewers. Wow, that was so cool.
Dangerous and fun.
Sounds like a plan. Thank you so much for joining us this time. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after this break.
Okay, and then chat away. The idea
Hey,
is...
welcome back. We're here with Nicole Kirby. Nicole, why don't you tell us what you're doing here today?
First of all, thank you for having me on. I'm excited to be here at the 7th annual Chris Gardner Law Firm Toy Drive. And this year, last year I attended the event, but this year I have the wonderful pleasure of serving as media. My background is public relations, and so this year I'm coming on and working on the back end of the event and helping him with media, getting wonderful access and letting the community know what's going on.
So tonight, have you also found that people are really, really open and giving tonight?
You know, in light of what's going on in the world, people are extremely, I feel more so than ever, extremely open and want to care and want to do more.
Hi, we're here with Diane Harper. Diane, tell me, how are you enjoying the event tonight?
Well, actually it hasn't really started yet, but this is their 7th year of doing the toy drive, and they give out toys in the community. And Afro-American Newspapers, Mrs. Santa program is one of the recipients of that.
Welcome back. We're here with Mike, and Mike is about to take us to see some more. Where are we going next, Mike?
Next, we're going to be heading back into the 1900s, the early 1900s, and a really interesting presidential toy.
Stay tuned.
Here we go.
From 1928 to 1945, the Great Depression and World War II.
Oh, no, sit there and, yeah. The killer toy.
Tell me more about this one up here.
That's neat because it's the very first presidential toy. Teddy Roosevelt had a toy made of his gun that he used and became famous with because he was a big bat hunter. So because he was such a hunter, little kids wanted to play with the toy gun that he had, and that was the first officially licensed presidential toy. And you know what that ties in with?
What's that?
Let's scooch on down a little and I'll show you. Okay.
A teddy bear.
And teddy bear. Teddy bears are really cool. The story behind them. Really quick on that. Teddy Roosevelt, as I just mentioned, was this great hunter, and he went on a publicity thing, and on this they wanted to show he was a great hunter. So they had taken a real live baby bear and tied it to a tree, and they wanted him to shoot it, and he refused. He said, "That's not hunting, that's terrible." And he made them release this teddy bear. And that act became so popular that they decided to release this bear sort of to remember that moment, and that's where teddy bears came from. They started in this one's from 1908, if I remember right, and they were made in, believe it or not, 2 different locations. One was in Germany where they started, and one was America, and they were both separate. No, they didn't communicate and say, "Hey, I'm making a teddy bear," and they both came out about the same time. This is one of the German ones.
Amazing.
Yeah.
We're back, and I can't tell you how much fun I'm having. I'm learning so much and seeing things that I've never seen before, and then I'm also seeing things that I've used to play with as a kid. What's next?
Next, I thought we would jump over to what I call the Disney Room, which is about the 1930s, and I got something that I really think you'll like a lot.
Let's go.
It's just buying them in good condition, and then the proper lighting, air conditioning, and framing. Framing is not.
From 1928 to 1940.
This one's really has a great story involved with it. This is made by the Daisy Toy Company. It is the very first ray gun. Buck Rogers is when they invented ray guns. I don't know if you knew that. But before that, there was no such thing as a ray gun. This they made in really limited editions, and Macy's department store in New York City signed an exclusive agreement for 1 week to have them before they released them nationally. And the very first day that they came out, 2,000 people were in line around the store. By the end of the week, there were over 10,000 people lining up to get these things. They were so popular that when the week ended and it opened up to other stores, places like Gimbel's, which was Macy's main competitor, started having a price war. And when the price war was going on, these things were selling like crazy. And what Daisy did was they sent out their own representatives to the different stores, and whoever had the gun cheapest, they would buy it from them and then sell it to the other store at a greater price because they didn't have many to go around, and they would just resell all the stuff that they were doing and make more money that way. And it's an amazing toy.
Show me more.
All right.
It's so hard to stay focused on everything that I'm seeing. Everything is so amazing. But everybody, sit tight. We're going to go to a break, and we'll be right back.
It started small. Then it went global. Gamers from North America coming together with gamers from all around the world, from all walks of life, getting together to play games for 24 hours and raise money to help cure sick kids. With all funds raised staying local with Children's Miracle Network hospitals and partner hospitals internationally. For more info or to sign up, visit www.extra-life.org. Play games, heal kids, Extra Life.
Welcome back. We're here with Mike, and we are exploring all of the great things here at Jeppy's, and I think you have some more to show us.
Yes, in our next room, we're going to be entering into the 50s, and a toy that just has always fascinated me. It was the very first of its kind.
Can't wait to see it.
1946 to 1960, First War America fell in love with the new
Let's just listen. This one I love. If you watch TV in the 50s, you were probably part of one of the most amazing things that ever came out, and that was the first interactive television show, and it was called The Winky Dink Show. Now, the way The Winky Dink Show, this is actually, some people consider it the first video game. Really? When you were little, did you ever play things on your TV set?
Absolutely.
Well, this was making something that made it really super easy to do. It had little plastic sheets, and you would put those on your TV set, and you'd watch the Winky Dink show, and the Winky Dink, that character right there would come on and go, "Okay, kids, let's go. I want to go to the moon today. Let's draw a spaceship." So you take these crayons that you had to buy separately because everything's about making a little money, and you would paint or you would draw a picture of a spaceship on little plastic wrap on the TV set. And then Winky Dink would come on, and no matter how bad your drawing was, you know what he'd say?
That's great.
That's great, absolutely. Doesn't matter what you did, you could just do this. And he would come back on and go, "That's great." So you would tear that sheet off, and he would go, "I need a space helmet." And once again, you just start all over again. Now, it was a great idea, but where it went wrong is that when you ran out of plastic sheets, kids were drawing on the TV sets. Parents didn't like that, so you know what they did?
They had to take it out.
Hold it. Yep. Now, let's head on to the next neat toy.
Let's go.
Okay. I like the screen color.
1946 to 1960, post-war America.
That was amazing. Can't wait to see. I know you have something else. You're saving something huge for us. Tell me about it.
Absolutely. Let's head into the next room, and I'm going to make it a surprise.
You're going to be wild.
Because I forgot what it was.
The show is titled Milestones. It's a nod to Milestone Media since it's the 20th anniversary. We are celebrating.
I thought we would head into the 60s now, one of my favorite periods, and sort of when I was growing up. I hope the next thing that I have for you doesn't give you nightmares, though. I have a sweater. I'm sorry. I've offered it to you before. And it's not even like I didn't hear where it's from. It's 10 degrees colder. They say that it's a moderate temperature. This one I love because it's just an extra scary toy. But you know what's really, really scary about it?
Everything?
Everything. Yes, it is a toy that consisted of 1, a talking child killer, 2, take a look at that face. He's smiling and really seeming to enjoy his job. And 3, it's just creepy. Why would you have a talking Freddy Krueger doll? So, you know what parents did?
They had to have complained.
They complained. They not only complained, but they had it pulled. I think that they wouldn't have pulled it maybe if he wasn't smiling so creepily, but, you know. Let's go on to something happier. This guy right here, that's a Transformer. That's not only a Transformer toy, but that is one of the very first Transformer toys. Did you ever play with those or your kids? Or?
Absolutely. Me and my sisters, we had Transformers and Barbie dolls. So this is nothing but nostalgia for me.
They were neat, and what's great about this toy is the way it was developed. It was developed not only as a toy, but it was also developed along with the company that made it went to comic book companies and said, "Hey, Marvel, can you do a story about Transformers?" And they said, "Sure." They went to some of the TV shows and said, "Can you do an animated show based on Transformers?" And they said, "Sure." And they even did movies about them. So all the multimedia stuff tied in over this toy, and it became just incredibly popular.
Amazing. Show me more. Okay, we're back, and I can tell you that I think Freddy's going to give me nightmares all over again. And who doesn't remember the Transformers? I mean, they're more than meets the eye.
And they aren't crap either.
Going on another break, and we'll be right back.
Hi, we're here with Coley. Coley, can you tell me how you're involved with tonight's event?
Well, I heard of the great work that this wonderful law firm does, and also its partnering organizations like Professional Black Men and other groups like that. And I'm also going to share with you, I'm a closet nerd. I'm going to come out out the closet for black nerds everywhere. I am a comic book geek. Way back when, I have a comic book collection, and I also do some cartooning on my own. So I said, when I heard it was going to be here, I said, let me take advantage of the opportunity, bring a wonderful gift to help needy children throughout the Del Mar area, but then also come down and get my inner geek on, be surrounded with original first printing of comic books and everything else. I think it's such a wonderful, unique way to bring in the holiday season, and also for people to get exposed to viewing cartooning and everything as a high art as well.
This is a win-win situation for you.
Oh, yes it is. Yes it is. Yeah.
Coley, are you involved in any other charitable events or anything else you'd like to talk about?
Oh, yes, sure. About a year ago, I was fortunate enough to be selected by Miss Sonia Sohn of the HBO award-winning series The Wire. Okay. And because of her work dealing with the subject of the series, which was the horrible effects of the drug trade on people personally, she wanted to start an organization to counteract that. So she named her organization Rewired for Change, and I was the director for over a year, doing some programming with at-risk youth, adults who had issues with the law, trying to help them find employment. And my background is using theater and filmmaking and new media for social justice. So since I left the organization, had a wonderful opportunity to run a small organization, I started my own called the Kuji Chagalia Project, which is based on a Kwanzaa principle, which means self-determination. Okay. And using live theater and filmmaking and new media for human development and social justice as well.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
If someone wanted to contact you to get involved, because you seem like you're really involved, how would they be able to do that?
Simple enough. See, my name is kind of unusual. It's West African, but you can hit me up on Twitter and Facebook. And would you mind if I just spell my name? All right. You can hit me on Facebook and Twitter. It's okay to break down the third wall and look directly at the camera. Hello, everybody. You can catch it with me, Coley Tingela, on Facebook or Twitter by my first name, Coley, K-O-L-I, last name Tingela, T-E-N-G-E-L-L-A. Hit me up. All my contact information is there. Let's all get together and try to make the world better, one art form at a time. And thank you so much.
Thank you. Heard it here first, Coley.
My pleasure.
Thanks for stopping by. Please enjoy the party.
All right, let me see. Don't tell me I'm about to go over and get my internet. Oh, shoot. Spider-Man.
Welcome back, and he has definitely saved the best for last. Is there anything else?
Absolutely. I got what's probably the most favorite toy of anyone who's passed through here. They always go to me, I had that as a kid, so let's go see it.
Let's go.
One of the most popular toys that we have here, and if I had to take one guess and say what the most popular toy that we have here is this one right down here. I don't know a kid yet who hasn't come in here, and adults, who said, I had that. One of the little Star Trek little toys that shoots these plastic, little kind of frisbee-like things. And I had them as a kid, and they're just a lot of fun. Used them on my teachers.
Show me more. That was amazing. Who doesn't love Star Trek? So I can't tell you how much fun I've had here on my whole time, and anyone who comes down here is going to be completely wowed.
Fantastic. I really enjoyed showing you around the place, and by the next time you come back, we'll have all sorts of other fun, neat, new things to show you too.
Can't wait.
I'm Michael Soloff, and thank you once again for joining us in this little tour of Jeppy's Entertainment Museum. And thanks, Chantel.
I'm Chantel Fielder. Thank you so much for having me. We'll be right back after this break.
But I took a couple minutes while we're taping Let's Make a Deal, because growing up, I was just telling the audience that I grew up reading comics. I think that comics really helped influence the way that I think and I process in my imagination, and that's why I started doing improvisation and writing, because which kid didn't want to be Superman? Now the thing is, as awesome as it is to be Superman, imagine yourself growing up in the 70s and the early 80s. It's awesome to want to be Superman, but you also want to be someone that looks like you. And it was really, really an amazing breakthrough culturally when Milestone came on the scene and I first read Icon, because you finally saw someone who looked like you, who may have grown up in the same place as you, doing these incredible feats. And for a second, you could let your imagination run wild. And I think that that's part of the amazing thing about Icon and the Milestone line and everyone connected with Milestone is it gave a little nerdy kid like me who loved comics, who loved drawing comics, who dreamt of one day growing up and making his own books, it gave me something to shoot for. And I think that that's an amazing thing, whether you're white, black, red, purple, any kid. And anytime you have something that you could go, oh, that could be me, that's an amazing thing. So as a fan, I want to say thank you, Milestone, thank you, Michael, and I welcome everybody to get to the museum. Have a wonderful time and keep on dreaming.
Just want to thank all you guys for joining us today. Hope you had a great time at the museum.
And this wraps another episode of Two Guys in a Comic Book. Can't wait to show you what's up next time.